Man, I am pushing it with this video. I'm not gonna lie. I got a copyright strike for the last George Harrison video I did, so I'm gambling here, but let's go. Hi guys, welcome to Leave Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. This is a special one. This is George's tribute to John and his passing. Came out in 1981. The song is called All Those Years Ago. This is courtesy of our patron Maz, and as always, Maz, thank you for your support. Ringo played drums on it. Paul McCartney, and along with his Wings bandmates Linda McCartney and Denny Lane, overdubbed some backing vocals onto the track as well. You should see the lineup: Herbie Flowers, Ray Cooper. Oh, he stopped playing tambourine. Never mind. Al Cooper, George Harrison. Come on, man. But I've never heard anything from the 80s from George, so this is a whole new era for me. So I'm very interested. I'll link my Harrison playlist up there, and we'll do this in honor of John, just like he did. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are not. All right. All Those Years Ago, the official video. George Harrison, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm shouting all about love. Well, they cheated you like a dog, and you were the one who had made it so clear all those years ago. Talking all about how to give. They don't act with much honesty, but you went the way to the truth when you say all you need is love. Baby, with good or bad, I always looked up to you. Now we're left cold inside by someone, the devil's best friend, someone who offended all. We're living in a bad dream. They've forgotten all about mankind, and you were the one they backed up to the wall all those years ago. You were the one who imagined it all those years ago.
Hard Day's Night.
All those years ago.
Love the synthesizers.
All those years ago. Deep in the darkest night, I send out a prayer to you. Now in the world of light, where the spirit realizes all else that we despise, they've forgotten all about God.
Wow.
It's the only reason we exist. Yet you were the one that they said was so weird all those years ago. You said it all, though not many had ears all those years ago. You had control of our smiles and our tears all those years ago.
That smile.
All those years ago. All those years ago.
Yes.
All those years ago.
Actually, what is that from? Dude, Cooper was laying it down on that song. That was a beautiful tribute. There was one line that kind of almost broke me, I'm not gonna lie, though. How he looked up to him and stuff like that. Man, that hits hard, bro. It's almost like the from the perspective of a little brother losing their older brother. And I'm guessing that's kind of what John was in a way, because he said that a lot of people called him weird, all those years ago and all that stuff. John was an odd cat, but most of I don't want to call him a prophet, but in a way he kind of was, just someone who's just trying to better the world through whatever form of art, if it's just speaking, if it's singing, writing, whatever it is. We've had a lot of them. And like I say, all of them always end up dead for some reason. I find that so strange. Obviously, we're all going to die, but, they all end up dead in some terrible way, And obviously, John wasn't perfect, but he did preach a lot of good stuff, man, through his music. And, there's debatable things about other stuff, obviously, but I feel like he really brought a net positive to the world in ways that most artists would only dream of, you know what I mean? To impact so many people in so many different ways. He's one of those like once in a lifetime artists that he kind of transcends whatever genre of music he's playing, because he's tried so many different things, and John's bread and butter is R&B, the blues, rock, all that kind of stuff. But the way he progressed and evolved as a solo artist, I think that's the most fascinating part about John. And I think George did a great job with the tribute here. It was heartbreaking, honestly. And it was honestly melancholy for me because it was beautiful to see all that footage of all of them having a great time and happy. But it's a good example and lesson. And, enjoy what you have while you have it, because it's not always going to be there. Something that good, like the Beatles, it can't last forever, unfortunately. Obviously, there could have been stuff in the future. They could have come back together if John wasn't brutally murdered, obviously. But this kind of shows, we're all, because George went a different way, Paul went a different way, John went a different way, Ringo went a different way. They all kind of crossed paths and stuff and such to the 70s. Them two here, them two there, maybe three of them. I think this is the first song to have all three of the former Beatles on it up until there was something else that came out later down the road. Free as a Bird, I guess. So their last recording altogether was I Me Mine in 1970, and then their last recording together until Free as a Bird in 1995. So this came out in 1981, so that's like basically right in the middle between all that. So we had George Harrison on lead vocals, electric guitar, synthesizers, Al Cooper electric piano, Herbie Flowers on bass, Ringo Starr on drums, Ray Cooper on tambourine, Paul and Linda McCartney on backing vocals, as well as Denny Lane. And I'm not gonna lie, I heard Paul's voice like pop up maybe like once, but to be honest, I was really wrapped up in the video itself because it was a very beautiful tribute of all the highlights of the Beatles' career visually. I didn't know what that last one was from, though. It looked familiar, but I don't know what that last video was. If you know, please let me know in the comments. Oops, sorry. So I can actually, know, because I was like, what the hell is that? But beautiful song. I love the synthesizers in it. The guitar, of course, it's a George Harrison track. It's going to be great. But I really did enjoy the bass from Herbie Flowers as well, man. He's a great session musician, studio musician, whatever you want to call him. Everything I've ever heard of him, he's always been excellent. He really stood out here. So did George's vocals. He's got such a beautiful voice in a way. It's sort of like it drones on, but in a good way. It's not like a bad droning, it just sort of, in a way, it's almost like Phil Spector's wall of sound. Like his voice just, whenever he's singing, like there's never like a rest or anything. It's just like this continuous note that's ever evolving when he sings. I think that's really cool. Obviously, that's not 24/7 all the time, but he does that a lot, and I think it's one of my favorite vocal aspects of him. Very interesting and unique vocal set he's got. And he's got a hell of a lineup right here. I mean, you got Herbie Flowers and Ringo in the rhythm section. You got Paul, Linda, and Denny in backing vocals. And then George is a multi-instrumentalist. He can do whatever, So that's a winner of a song just by itself. But then you add the context of what it's talking about, and that becomes a very heavy song that has a lot of weight to it. Because John was his older brother and one of his best friends, and everyone has their falling outs and beef and all that, and especially in a band as big as the Beatles. But at the end of the day, they were all brothers and they were all in it together. Obviously, it all kind of fell apart in the end, but like I said, nothing lasts forever. Not even the Beatles, unfortunately. Their music will. Their music will definitely last as long as we do, but the band itself It's just insane how much material they put out in those few years, bro. That's crazy, and it's all so good, man. And like I said, a fitting and wonderful tribute. Kind of almost broke my heart with that line with the looking up to him. Great slideshow of clips and such. I really got to watch me some of these Beatles movies. They look like they're fun. So maybe if you want me to do that, you think that's a good idea, let me know in the comments too. I'll see if I can try and work that out. Maybe I can do a Hard Day's Night or Help. I was gonna try and do that. I had an editor set up and everything for Christmas time, but then the editor flaked out on me, so I couldn't do it. It's a big project. I'd have to like pause the reactions for like a day or two and then I'll focus all on that if I did that sort of thing. So I gotta balance some things out and we'll work it out. But thank you, Moz. That was an excellent pick, and I felt every second of that song. I'm not gonna lie. And those clips are great. I'm glad we got to do that video. And I know I'm kind of walking a tightrope with this song probably since I'm dealing with one copyright strike, but maybe I'll just let them have this video. I'm not even worried about it, and I'll chalk it up to, you know, in John's memory. You can have it, BMG Europe. I don't care, bro. I think the standout would be George there. His vocals and the guitar were great, but I think Al Cooper also, and Herbie Flowers, damn, they all did a great job. That was a wonderful, you know, pretty quick track, honestly. Should have played it twice, but I think the impact was felt from one, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching, guys. If you have any other George Harrison tracks, maybe from this era, from any era, I'm interested, bro. So let me know down below what you think I should do next. See ya later.